coming at you with my first Destiny 2 Hunter build called the Bird of Prey, or B.O.P for short. Heading in to this build, we're gonna start with the exotic armor chest piece for many reasons. First reason is after hotfix 6.3.0.1, see me feel me received a kind of buff slash nerf situation. The nerf part is because now when you become out of invis, only your void weapons gain volatile rounds. Before this hotfix, all weapon elements gain the bonus damage. Now, I said it was a buff nerf because that was kind of like, oh, that's the nerf part. But the buff part is we get volatile rounds, literally as a hunter, from just becoming invis. And how often can we become invis as a hunter, right? Volatile rounds are extremely good, or just call it what it is. They're good. They're kind of not as used as often and you see in most builds, because for hunters we have to use that artifact to get volatile rounds, but now we no longer have to do that thanks to see me feel me. Now the main focus on this build for the B.O.P is to weaken as much as possible, use as many volatile rounds as possible, and also stay invis or come out of invisibility as much as possible. And the reason why you want to worry about the weaken and the volatile as much is because our stylus executioner aspect. The reason why this aspect is so good right now with this chess piece is because every time we defeat something that's volatile, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, we turn invisible. I'm gonna just go off script. We turn invisible. So us turning invisible after each volatile kill, but we're coming out of invis as we're shooting. So what's happening? We keep constantly procting volatile rounds. That's good, especially if you need to clear out a room real fast and say you have a submachine gun, like the good old funnel web. You know, you proc your volatile rounds, you spray the side of the room, and everything is gonna blow up. It's really just that good. And with this build, you're going to be invisible a lot. You're coming out of invisibility a lot as well. If you're going to be invisible a lot, you got to come out of it. So you're going to be volatile a lot. Also, vanishing step, because again, the build, you want to be invisible. You want to come out of invisibility as much as possible in this build, because you want to keep those volatile rounds so you can keep looping stylus executioner. All right, for the fragments now. We're going to run Echo Starvation for Devour. Picking up an orb of power grants Devour. Why do you want Devour if you're going to be invisible? Because Devour also has, as you can see, another part of the perk. It gives you grenade energy, 10% per kill. You get 10% grenade energy while you're in Devour per kill, right? Now, if you have everything volatile, you can literally throw your grenade, or start it off by throwing your grenade. You weaken something, kill it, boom, you're in the loop. It's literally an invis loop. That's literally what it is. You come out of invis, you're volatile. You kill what's volatile, you go back invis. While that's happening, your class ability is recharging. Your grenades are recharging, so you can constantly keep looping. Now, Echo of undermining your void grenades weaken targets. Again, weaken, volatile, invisibility. So now my grenades weaken, and guess what else weakens? My snare bombs. So I have a melee that weakens, my grenade weakens, and my grenade does kind of like, I would want to say, burst damage. So you throw scatter grenades, they weaken, they kill what you need to kill. This proc stylus executioner as well. So as soon as I get that grenade kill, I'm invis. So what am I going to do? Start shooting. When you start shooting, you come out of invisibility, you have volatile rounds. Those enemies you're shooting at are now volatile. Once you kill them, you go back in Viz. The loop starts over and over again. You see where I'm going with this? And now we have Echo of Obscurity. Why would I want to run this? Oh, I skipped one, but there's a reason why. We'll go back to that one in a second. Finishers grant final blows, grant invisibility. Like I said before, you want to be invisible as much as possible. You want to come out of invisibility as much as possible. So now, say I'm in Viz and I have an enemy that I can finish. As I'm in Viz, I finish this enemy. Boom. Everybody gets the benefits. I get the damage boost. Everybody gets the overshield. But guess what? I'm invisible again. So now that I'm back in Viz, I'm going to start shooting my volatile weapon, my volatile rounds. And now that I got a weapon boost again, you know, it's a lot. It really does a lot of damage, trust me. I should have did some more damage number testings. Actually, I do have some in my notes. But the next fragment, Echo of Persistence. Void buffs applied to you, invisibility, overshield, and devour have increased duration. But Smiles, I thought you said you want to be out of invisibility, come out of invisibility. Why you want it longer? Check this out. We're not worried about the invisibility part. It's the overshield and devour part that you're worried about. Yes, you can extend devour with extra kills, but if you're moving from one room to another, the extra couple of seconds really help and make a big deal. And also the overshield, you want that to last as long as possible. Run Echo of Persistence. Trust me. So again, we have Echo of Starvation, Echo of Undermining, Echo of Persistence, and Echo of Obscurity. Sorry about that. For our aspects, Styleless Executioner and Vanishing Step. For my grenades, again, scatter grenades, melee, snare bomb. For the jump, you can use triple jump or strafe. It just depends on the activity you're in. And for my dodge, again, I'm going to stay with Gambler's Dodge because I want my snare bombs as much as possible. For the weapons, you can run any kinetic that you want. If you want to optimize, like completely optimized build, I'd probably run a weapon in the kinetic slot with osmosis so I can keep my volatile rounds with everything. Wilder Flight. So check this out. Let me see, because I don't want to just make it like a Wilder Flight video, because it's not. Alright, so Repulsor's Brace. Now, defeating a void buff target grants an overshield. Our whole build is basically void debuffs. The reason why this perk, Repulsor's Brace, is so good with this build, you're literally going to have an overshield as long as you're killing stuff that's debuffed. And remember, you can keep looping so you can keep debuffing, because once the volatile rounds hit, they spread. So now that one thing you shot, if it was 3 ads close to it, now you have 4 ads that are volatile, and for each of those ads, it's going to grant overshield. So Repulsor's Brace is one of the make it more broken builds, because again, you're going to have your overshield, but you don't need Repulsor's Brace. You can literally just run a normal void submachine gun or any void weapon that's going to help you spread the volatile as much as possible and as quick as possible, and you can damage stuff and get it killed as quickly as possible. But again, with Repulsor's Brace, it's really, I'm telling you, Repulsor's Brace on Hunter right now with Gyrfalcon is insane, because again, if you're running Styleless Executioner, sorry about that again, you see that you get invisibility. So once you're invis, you just keep the loop going. If you gotta chuck a nade to get the weaken and get the kill, you go back invis, boom. But you're already volatile. Come back out invis, you're volatile. You kill him, boom. Get the double kill. You have an orb on the ground. You pick up that orb. Now you have Devour. So you basically can have Devour and Overshield constantly proccing with this build. Every time you're killing, you're getting full health from Devour and you're getting an Overshield. I'm going to test it in the dungeon tonight, actually, and see how it goes, because I still haven't solo Flawless to Spire. And I'm going to try it tonight with the Void build. But, yeah, heavy weapon. I just have the Typon on. Tapian, whatever you want to call it. I have that on now. Just because it's nice and damage. But preferably the loadout that I would run is probably gonna be, as of right now, Wither Horde with Funnel Web. Or actually, if you can give me 1 second, I will pull over one of my favorite weapons. Here we go. So, if you have an Unforgiven with Demolitionist, Adrenaline Junkie, it's pretty nice. This one's not no extra god roll or whatever you want to call it, but it synergizes with the build again. So, remember, Devour gives you 10% per kill. Now you're getting some more from Demolitionist, and it could also, you know, it's a lot, man. That's all I can say. It's honestly a lot. Adrenaline Junkie, you get the basically like the stack times 5 if you hit something with the grenade. And then you have Demolitionist giving you grenade energy, Devour give you great grenade energy. You basically can keep just, again, you're farming abilities, throwing out debuffs left and right, and that's not even including the super. Now for the mods, the mods that I'm running, you don't really have to follow them at all, honestly. These are just the mods that I run. The main ones are going to be Phantomite for sure, and that's because picking up an elemental well that matches your subclass energy grants you bonus weapon damage. And since we're running Void, we're gonna have Void weapons because we want the volatile rounds. It only makes sense to run Phantomite. Also, to get the well to spawn, we're gonna run Reaping Wellmaker. The reason why we're running that is because every time, you know, we use our class ability and we get a kill after that class ability, it's gonna spawn a Void Elemental Well, and we need that Void Elemental Well for Phantomite to proc. Also, it's the easiest one for us because all we have to do is dodge. And again, we get our dodge back pretty fast. We just dodge, we get a Void Elemental Will, and that can proc my Phantomite. So now I have the Phantomite damage on top of my volatile rounds. And this is the kicker though, that everything's already gonna be weakened. So we're gonna get the damage from them being weakened, we're gonna get the damage from the volatile rounds, and we're gonna get damage from Phantomite. So basically, we're clearing rooms real fast with this build. Big damage. Also, for the chest piece, oh wait, let me get back to these arms, my bad, I'm sorry, I skipped over the arms. For these middle are the armor mods. You know, you can run whatever you're running for the activity. As you can see, I have an unstoppable grenade because I was running a grenade launcher, and an anti-barrier post because I was farming the new seasonal activity. All right, now to the chest piece. With Season of the Seraph, we have the energy diffusing substrates. These, I don't know the exact numbers on these. I just always double stack them because I feel like if you don't, then I just die a lot if I don't have them double stacked. So I just double stack them. Reactive post. Now, reactive pulse, when you take damage while surrounded by combatants, you emit a burst of damaging arc energy, consuming one stack of charge with light. But Smiles, you're not running a charge with light build. Exactly. The reason why I have this mod on is the secondary perk. As you can see, underneath that perk, there's another perk that's blue, and it says gain a powerful overshield while performing your finisher. If I want to be invis and I want to finish stuff in high-end content like the GMs, this is the mod to have on, because it gives you that overshield that stops you from getting wrecked, literally. Really good mod. Really good mod, especially since like in the lower level content, like, you know, the stuff we're doing now, it's just you get an overshield, a really strong overshield at that. It's not like one of those, oh, you get shot 2 times and it's gone overshields. Well, probably in PvP, but I don't really PvP on Void. So oh wait, let me do this math for you real fast. So for this, you have 6 energy left over because Phonomite only has 4. So again, these are only I'm only talking about the mods that, oh, actually no, you will have 5 because you need harmonic siphon. I'm happy I came back to this. The reason why you need harmonic siphon is because you need the void power weapon or the void heavy weapon, whatever void weapon you have, to create those orbs of power so you can get that devour and that rind, baby. Yes, you want to get that devour with that orb of power. So again, keep harmonic siphon on and phantomite. That gives you 5 energy to play with in your helmet. So for the gloves, for me, I only put in a reaping wellmaker, and you can see why, because I'm full. But if I was to take off one of the unstoppable grenade launcher, I would literally go back and put either mobility or resilience in, because with this build I can't do hundreds like I usually do, but you really don't need it with how this build plays. So, but always, if you can spec for 100 resilience, spec for 100 resilience. That 40 damage reduction is clutch. For the chest, you have 5 slots or 5 energy left over. Mine's not masterworked all the way. I'm not gonna masterwork this one because the stats are low. But yeah, so again, you just need, if you want to follow this build, for sure use reactive pulse for the finisher, and that's just for extra caution, because there's nothing worse than being mid finisher and then as soon as you get out the finisher you get clapped by a shrieker. So again, if you are into that, and if you do like run Aeons, say if you're running the Aeons and Grandmasters, this is the mod to have, reactive pulse. If you don't have reactive pulse, the next time it's sold, do yourself a favor and pick it up, because it is really good. And I'm sorry if I'm blabbering, because I am going completely off script, and I feel like it's just more natural to just talk to y'all and go off script. Alright, so for the legs, for my hunters, personal preference. Again, like I said, you don't have to follow none of my mods, just personal preference. All my hunter legs are arc, and the reason why all my hunter legs are arc is because I run powerful friends on all my hunter legs. Why? Because that way it frees up space for me to be able to run whatever I want to run in certain like specs. So usually this is how I get my 100 mobility, 100 resilience builds, is I run powerful friends. Invigoration is here to help proc powerful friends secondary perk, which is the plus 20 mobility. Without another arc mod, so say if I was just running powerful friends without invigoration or without reactive pulse, it would literally just give the, when you become charged with light, nearby allies also become charged with light if they are not already part. And I need the mobility, so I always have 5 spaces taken in my legs, because this is the cheapest way to get the powerful friends, is with invigoration, since it only costs 1. Grenade launcher holster is seasonal mod, season of what was it, season 19, season of the Seraph. So yeah, the grenade launcher holster is just because, again, I was playing with grenade launchers, and the reason why is because we have breach and clear back right now. Ooh, say that 5 times faster. But now we have breach and clear back right now, and I know it's not as strong as it was, but it's pretty good, and might as well just run grenade launchers right now, honestly. Now for the class item, for this one, I have elemental light, so when I do use my super and kill stuff, it spawns that void well for me as well. Weak and clear, like I said, well, not breach and clear anymore, it's weak and clear. When using a grenade launcher, damaging a boss, damaging a champion, or breaking a combatant shield, reload your stowed weapons and weakens the combatant. Sorry that my reading is kind of weird. I have this weird monitor glare right now, and it's irritating me. But so yeah, weaken clear is actually pretty good right now, because it gives you a huge damage buff to your damage when you're hitting champions, bosses, and of course reloading your weapons is also pretty clutch. But also utility kickstart. So the reason why I have utility kickstart on right now, I always run it, but I'm for sure running it now because I don't have 100 mobility, and I need, again, to dodge as much as possible to come out of invis as much as possible. So I'm using utility kickstart, sorry, to give me a little kickstart, jump me into my dodge. But for solo content too, if we're soloing it, for sure solo operative. I don't know the exact damage numbers for solo operative off the top of my head, but it's really good. It's needed. So again, if you are running solo, get solo operative. It makes everything so much easier from soloing the dungeon. So if you want to solo a dungeon, even if you don't want to flawless, you just want to solo, put this mod on and just go have fun. All right, and I think that's it for this build. It is. So that's it for the B.O.P build, aka Bird of Prey. If you like this video, please leave a like, please leave a comment, let me know how I did, because again, I wrote a long script, and a real long script, and I went off because I feel like it's more genuine to talk to y'all than to try to read it like a book and everything. And I feel like that's just more like family, you know, because I call y'all family anyways, because y'all are family. So again, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this video.
Mutant Hive won't back down. They've signed their own death warrants.
Shields are weakening. Let's get them.
Never a dull...
can't kill if they're dead. Double down. Hunters like you blaze a path for the rest of us. 5 minutes left. Keep it up. That's why we have fire teams. Shut the enemy down! Double down! One. 3 opponents down. minutes. You're winning. Stay strong. Double down. Now make it rain. Your enemy can't kill if they're dead. You shut the enemy down. Finish them. One minute. Won't be long now. Two for one. A well-fought victory. You showed no remorse. That's how you should be on a battlefield.